Is this thing on?
Everyone. My name is Uche, the manager of Student Engagement Voice podcast, the podcast for students by students. With me here today is Lindsay. Lindsay, please introduce yourself. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me. As you stated, my name is Lindsay Laughlin. I am just finishing up my first year in the 3-year business administration accounting program. And I am also the student engagement assistant. I am a mature student. I have 2 previous degrees. I have a Bachelor of Science and a Bachelor of Education. I decided teaching wasn't my thing, so now I'm going through and trying to get into accounting.
That's amazing. That's amazing because going through, like, you have 2 degrees and then you're still going to get a business degree. It shows resilience.
Yeah.
Yes, it shows a lot of courage and resilience. I think because you have to move. You have to move to another field. You transitioning into another field or another journey, right? So it demands a lot from you because it's not a terrain you are very comfortable in. And kudos to you.
Well, thank you. I know when I was in Teachers College, and I thought it was crazy at the time, they said that the average person at that point changes careers. I want to say it was 5 times in their life, when that was like 15 years ago. So now I think I could see it being higher. And I was always like, I'm not going to be one of those. And I'm definitely one of the people that have changed a few times.
I didn't know it was that high to change careers. I've always known people who have been in one career and been in that career for all through their life, right?
Yeah, and that's the way I felt, like going in, like that was my first career. I think my dad maybe changed careers twice. My mom basically had one career. Now she did go back to school and get a certificate when I think about 5 years ago, which is amazing for her. But yeah, no, I was shocked actually that it was so high.
It is. So I just want to get this question out of the way. Cats or dogs?
Oh, I'm a cat person. I have one cat. I'm not home right now, or else I could show you my cat. But no, I am a cat person. I have never actually had a dog. So I can't say that they're, how they are as a pet, but I am a cat
lover. That's awesome. Cats are, I don't really like cats. I don't really like cats, but they are cute, right? They are so cute. Yeah,
they're
and
cute,
they make the best pets. Sorry?
They have a personality of their own.
My grandmother used to have cats, but I never used to want them around me.
No, my kids bugged me for ages to get a cat, and finally I just had this opportunity. This cat was, I had a friend's place and he couldn't take care of it anymore, and I was like, no, it can't go to the Humane Society. I will take the cat. And now my kids are like in love with this cat.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so kind of you. So how has the semester been going?
Well, it's been going. Without getting into too much into it, I have been struggling a lot this past couple of weeks. There was an issue happened. Anyone in my my section knows, but that's all I'm going to say. So we're just dealing with that. And but I'm managing and trying to get through. There's not very much time left, so
I feel it. I feel if the finals are approaching, right? So it's really intense right now. So intense right now.
It is like I don't know who else is listening, but I had the 717. So I am in my last 7 weeks of this the quadmester system there, and I think this is the one that I'm struggling motivational wise, but stress wise as well. I think this has been the toughest, like, of the four so far.
Yeah, yeah. I think in the present moment you just feel it, but after the 7 weeks is over, I mean, you look forward to the next 7 weeks or 6 weeks, 7 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And maybe the next one you will feel is also the toughest. I remember last semester, it was like, oh, it's tough, it's getting tough. I'm like, I can't wait for this semester to end. And boom, it ended. And now here, and I'm like, oh, this is so intense. Am I gonna make it? Oh.
Yeah, I get it.
Like I'm just struggling through with the stress and everything. But I mean, I just have to wear like a smile,
Yeah.
keep going, knowing that this will pass sooner than later.
Exactly. It's all working out for the greater good. So, just keep going. That's what you have to have, that end goal in mind. You're like, no matter what I'm struggling with, end goal.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
problem is I am hard on myself as well. So I'm a perfectionist. So I need to have those like top marks. And sometimes with everything going on, it may not be attainable, but I try. And then I put that stress on myself. And there's just been a lot of other personal issues too that, this right now that it's been an interesting semester. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I think high achievers in particular feel that we like most high achievers, they want to like make, those marks. And one of my professors yesterday said something. He said, when you get the job you want, no one is going to ask you about what your score was, what your
Yes,
grades were. Take it easy on yourself, and and you'll be fine.
exactly. I've heard the exact same thing. And I even was talking to my mom about it this past weekend. And I'm like, Mom, I really need to listen to this, because in 5 years, are people going to know what my marks were? No.
No, no. When my professor said that to us yesterday, I kind of thought about it. I said to myself, however, the process, for me, I always talk about the process. The result, okay, the grades might even not be that good, but the process. So I feel every step, every process that is challenging is a footstool to something great that is going to happen in future. That's how I look at it most times. So I like, okay, maybe this challenge is preparing me for something in future.
Exactly.
Like this stress is preparing me for something in future.
Exactly. And I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. So,
Exactly.
there'll be a challenge. I may not know the reason at that moment, but down the road, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's why I struggled there.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit more about SLCBs and your role at SLCBs?
Yeah, so I am the student engagement assistant. So one of my big roles, I guess, and things that I have been trying to make my own is the next podcast. So for the next podcast, we try to, bring on guests, current students, alumni, professors, just anybody who has any encouraging words of wisdom, have experiences, or even talking about how things are going for them. We're just trying to get them to, see what's in the business or what's next for it coming up for them. Now, we want to make it for the students. So, I try to get any feedback. Of course, I love when people come on. It's a great networking tool. Another thing that we are going to be wrapping up is the Next Best, which I know that you're a recipient of. But yeah, we're wrapping up that. I think that's a wonderful program because it allows professors and fellow students to recognize anybody that they see as having skills that are employable in the future. It is a very good recognition. And I know when I received one as well, and it means a lot. And I'm really proud that I got to be a part of that program. And other things that SLCBs does is just tries to engage students and, have activities and workshops and things that they, information that they might need. Hopefully, with everything going the way it's going, we can have more on campus stuff.
Yeah.
That's my hope, anyways.
I must say that you are doing an amazing job at SLCBs.
Oh, thank
I've been
you.
seeing like all the things on social media, the different platforms. You're on LinkedIn, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook,
Yes.
everywhere,
Yes.
everywhere, like all media platforms. You are doing the engagement, student engagement.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
amazing. Just to you.
I do have help with the social media, and we have a team. So I can't take all of the credit for that, but definitely check out our social media platforms to stay connected and know what's happening, because we do post, pretty regularly.
You do, like daily. I do see, I do see them. I do see them. Students are really engaged. Students are participating, and I mean, it's the SLC best, right? SLC best.
The next best, yeah.
The next best, yes. The next best is an opportunity to showcase students who are doing great and amazing things at SLC, and it's gonna boost their confidence. For me personally, it's actually boosted or increased my confidence, especially my leadership ability. I'm really blessed. I'm really lucky to have this platform, that this platform would be able to recognize the work that I'm doing, or the small contribution that I'm doing at SLC. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I know, like for me too, it's kind of a reassurance that I'm being noticed in a way. Like, it's not that I want to, I do want to be noticed. So it kind of, and it makes me know that my work and what I'm doing is being recognized, so that I want to continue to
do it,
excel and do it, and that it's being appreciated.
Yeah. So how can students participate? I know you've mentioned it a little bit, but how can they participate?
Yeah. So actually, I just last night added on each of the podcasts. So I know if you go on social media, you'll have a link to our I release when each episode comes out. If you click on that, so if you go into the episodes, I have a link for a survey, because we want feedback for that. And we're always looking for new guests. So that is one way that you can get involved, is just give us feedback, tell us what you want to see, be a guest, engage with us there. Also come out to, like, whenever we have like any events, just come out and network and get to know us, so that
Yeah,
we have that opportunity, because we want you to be we want you to have fun as well, not just focus on your studies. We want to make sure that you have the tools that you need to succeed and be successful. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us. I mean, you can reach out to me and I can try to point you in the right direction.
Thank you so much. Fantastic. So how can some of my classmates have been looking for jobs, like on-campus jobs, to be more specific. So how did you get your role, and how can students also get the opportunity to engage with the School of Business?
Yeah, so I decided, like, I need to work while I'm in school, and I was doing the retail thing, and I was getting burnt out and everything. So I wanted something that would fit better with my schedule. So I looked, actually, I believe I saw, no, Amanda Halton, she had emailed the whole School of Business saying that there was this job opportunity. And I was like, I have to apply to that. But I had applied to a couple other things. Go onto the student job board on the SLC website. Most of the time, I think the majority of the jobs are posted around the end and start of semesters, because most contracts start, our semester long. But apply to any that look good, that you might be interested in. It's a great experience, great to network. Now, I know the position I have, you also had to fill out like a financial need form, because some jobs are based on, a financial need, but sometimes you can find ones that aren't. So just keep looking at the job wing. I know, like I said, Amanda, she had emailed the School of Business telling, hey, we're looking for someone to fill this. Apply if and honestly, I love this job. It's great. I love it. One of my favorite jobs
that's
ever.
awesome. That's awesome. So, one other thing I will add to what you have just said is networking. So when you talked about students coming out for events and all that, that's how you network. People want to know you, people want to meet you and know what you have to give, right?
Yeah.
So if you network, I think you also, network as well as apply to those job applications, you get a better chance of, landing or getting the job, right? So
yeah. The way I say to networking is you never know when someone you meet could be someone that will help you later on.
Yeah.
So it's good to make those connections, because you never know who has the, those connections. And, when you meet someone and you think, it's good to follow up too, not just say, hey, and get to know you. Make sure you're following up with people as well. And LinkedIn is very, very nice to be able to network.
It is. So, Lindsay, what are you looking forward to the next semester? Or are you graduating this semester? I don't know.
I have 2 more years after this, but I will be.
You have? Sorry?
I have 2 more years after this year, but I will be on a break, so I won't have classes again until September. But I will be, as far as I know, I'm going to be working full time with this position, so in the summer. So.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So I'll be working and then trying to not be annoyed by my kids when they're home during the summer.
Congratulations. And
you.
You are very successful at SLC. What has made you to stand out? What do you think has made you to stand? I see you as a very successful student. I see you, at you've also Mature Students Club, right? Mm-hmm. So you've really engaged and enhanced your experience as a student. What do you think has made you to stand out?
For me, I guess I had I was in school back when I was just out of high school. And I know I have a totally different attitude. This is something I really want to do. And I really wanted to come back. So I think that had something, has a little bit to do with, how my attitude towards my studies have been. But I also came at this as I need to get to know as many people and get involved in different things so that I can stand out. And even in my classes, I try to have my camera on. I try to engage. And I'm try to help out where I can, like any students, I have different ones that will message me for help, and it's, this is just who I am. I love to help out, but I know when I came in, I'm like, I need to do whatever I can for networking and do whatever I can to just, I guess, show who I am. But I know when I first started this position, the Michelle who trained me, because she had the position before, she recognized me and she's like, how do I know you? And because I had my camera on during, the orientation workshops in the summer. So it does help. Cameras do help. I know September.
That's the network, right?
Yeah.
That's the network, right?
And I know that, hopefully we'll be on campus, coming up. So, we don't have to do this camera online classes, and, I can get to know and network better. But, I just try to put myself out there, because me having my camera off, not engaging, not doing anything was not going to be helpful for me.
Yep. Have your cameras on, be engaging.
Yeah.
And stand out.
And I've always wanted I take too much on as well. To say that, I've had like 2 or 3 people tell me I take on too much.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes you don't know it's too much. Sometimes you think you'll be able to handle it, and I get that feeling as well. Like I feel I also take too much of things, too much, things of me, right?
It's
Um,
it's hard
but
when you
I
get it's hard when you get an email saying, hey, there's this wonderful opportunity, and you're just like, ooh, I had to actually avoid a set of emails looking for people because I'm like, I wanted to do it, and I'm like, no, I cannot do it. I just couldn't do it, and it was so hard for me to ignore it, but it's something I had to do.
I know. Would I say fear of missing opportunities, FOMO?
Yeah.
Fear of missing out on opportunities, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm afraid of.
So, Lindsay, what has been your highlights this semester?
I have to say, I mean, I have been pretty successful, I find, like with my grades. I've been working hard, I feel like I'm getting noticed, and it, I know like last semester, probably mid-semester, about around Halloween, I was having a bad burnout and I had to reevaluate everything. And I'm so glad that I've been resilient enough that I've been able to bounce back, get the help I need, and I'm proud because my daughter also sees how hard I'm working, and I've noticed a whole different attitude change with her schooling. And it makes me so proud that, my hard work is like kind of like shadowing to, like, I guess not shadowing,
Yeah. I know.
going to her. My son is still working on it, but my daughter is just like, yeah, she's very much like, so, and she has goals now, and she knows what she wants to do, and it's amazing. And I'm like, oh, there was one time she's like, report cards came out, and she's like, Mom, is that going to get me into a good university? She's 12. And I'm like, yes, if you keep it up, you can go to a good university.
Most times we are mirrors to our children,
Yeah.
so we are just a reflection, and they see what we are doing, they see the effort, they see how we are even doing things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, your daughter must, be so proud of you, and she also wants to, reach where you have reached.
Yeah.
Do what you have done, or even more of what you have done, right?
Exactly. Like, I'm just so proud. I hope she like hears this eventually, and she knows how proud I am of her, because sometimes I don't think she does, but I am very proud of her.
I know. So what have you struggled? What are some of the struggles that you've had in recent times?
Like I said, I had a burnout in about around, well, it was, about around Halloween. I had a burnout, and it was awful. Like, I really had to like figure out stuff like that, things that weren't important, that I could cut out, and like just focus on myself. And I got help. I got counseling as well, like the wellness center, and that very amazing, because I have an amazing counselor there that we meet still, even though I'm doing a lot better, we still meet. I guess lately there's been a struggle. Like I said, I didn't go much into it. We had a huge change in one of my mid quadmester 7 weeks. We had a huge change in one of my courses. So, we're dealing with that. I'm hoping that I come out of it good, but it's been a struggle this week, dealing with the aftermath. But I just take things a day at a time, focus on what's important, and it'll be fine. Like we had talked before, we can get through it.
I know. I know. And for like all the students, listening in or watching this podcast, just know like you have a lot of support at the college. If you feel burnt out, if you feel depressed, if you feel stressed, there's a lot of support. The student success facilitators and they are there, and they will be able to counsel you. They'll be able to give you tips on how you can succeed, and they are there to help you.
Exactly. And I am one to advocate for all services. Even when I was in university, I wasn't the best student my first 2 years, let's just say that. And I had to reevaluate, and I utilized the services at the university as well. Like, I am a very big advocate of finding out what there is. If you're struggling, get help as soon as you can, like as soon as you feel like you're struggling, because you don't want it to snowball and become worse than it needs to be. And if you don't know where to go, reach out. You know, email, you can email me. Like said, student success facilitators, they know where to go. Even your profs probably can give you a direction of what programs to utilize. And the profs themselves are very supportive. So, you know, if you're having trouble, reach out to them. They're not going to, like, I should say everyone will be receptive, but most profs are going to help you because that's what they're there to do. They're not there to cause a like failure. They're there to create success.
To help you to succeed, basically. Yeah. It's been an amazing time with you, Lindsay. Thank you so much for coming on this podcast.
Well, thank you for having me.
30 minutes flew by so quickly.
Yeah, I also like to talk. So
close 30 minutes. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you again for having me. Anytime you need someone, you know where to go.
Sure. And I wish you success in your finals coming up, right?
I don't actually have finals. I just have big assignments because of the whole assignments. It's just big assignments, group assignments.
Yeah, I wish you success in all of them. And take care of yourself. Thank you. Thanks.